And people, they wonder, say, what's they happen with our national grid? Which kind level, what's they cause this collapse back and forth? We get to Bunga guests. We follow us, we go sit down with us for Inside Studio. At least he go help us answer this question. People even asked me that question yesterday. Waiting they make this grid they collapse. And I say, no worry. Today, we go answer question for now. And we go open phone lines, make on ourselves ask question as take do now. August Sunday Oduntan will be the chairman Association of National Electric Distributors. Now join us. Oga, good morning, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
You could say you don't here to answer the questions where people get. Nigerians get plenty to ask. So the numbers they open and if still call us, tell us how the fuel situation they do you for your side and the levels they do. So Oga Sunday, make we even ask you how you take manage, enter, navigate this fuel situation this morning because the matter don't be as it gets.
Well, I got to your studio here at 6:33 in the morning.
Wow.
This morning. I came all the way, won't believe it, from Belguta.
Wow. From Abeokuta this morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is very hectic because even on the way we were trying to get fuel, we couldn't. On this particular main road, there is a filling station down the road. We queued there. After 1 hour, they told us no fuel. Even though some people got fuel and left. Then just managed to continue our journey here.
So from as you they come, so people see the fine fuel and
yes, queue all the way.
Because okay, this one, I feel like say the thing don't wear hipster like this because usually, you know, say when fuel now be like say the last resort of everybody who want produce power for themselves. Because be like say some of us now we be the power holders of our own house now. So this one way grid come be like say the thing. I will not know whether na malaria the warrior might be na monaria. Now the warrior. Every time it go collapse. In fact, what you could talk this morning say be like saying a drip. Now they take. I mean, it gets low sugar every time it goes slump. So make we understand what's be the situation with this national grid constant or incessant collapse because at the 6th time it happened this year alone.
Madam, let me first of all say that your mouth is sweet. You have very sweet coated, sugar coated mouth.
Oh.
First, you have to forgive me because I wish I grew up in Warri. Or Port so I can only speak the kind of pidgin that is unique to a place called
no problem.
Egbaland. I'm from Abeokuta, so I don't know how to.
It's okay. If you mix
this is your nice, sweet pidgin. Me, I like it. But
you feel like that.
I wish I can do it. It's so good. I think I can still go and learn. The problem with the national grid collapse, there are at least 3 reasons why the grid collapse all the time.
Okay.
Number one main reason is the fact that the national grid that we have in Nigeria has been dilapidated over the years, and that is the truth. You cannot resolve the neglect of a system which has been neglected for 60 years in 6 years. You cannot correct the adversity of 60 years in 6 years. So the problem is that over the years, government upon government have failed to invest properly in the Nigerian power sector, and the whole thing is catching up with us. That is the truth. The second reason is that the grid will collapse if there is low power generation. If you don't produce enough power, then you'll not be able to balance the grid. And again, let me add that Nigeria has a single national grid, which is very radial in nature, which means it goes straight. In other countries, that grid, that's what you call the high tension power line, that big one. Normally in other countries, there's something they call loop. That is, as you are going straight, you can turn right, turn left. If there's a problem, as you are going ahead, you can turn right here and then go around the corner, go out the next way. In Nigeria, what we have is a very radial, not very good system. So when there's low generation, then you cannot balance the grid, then there will be system collapse. The other one is when there are vandalism of those, and that happened in the last few weeks. We have had that a lot. Then another problem which is unique to Nigeria is that communities through which those power line passes through, they prevent the federal government from investing and taking those power across their land. Nigeria is the only country I know where people worship their land, where people fight over land, where people don't want development, all in the name of my father's land. So when they cannot pass through or construct new lines or expand the transmission grid, simply because communities, particularly in the south part of the country where we have the power plants, maybe it will have happened in other parts of the country, but where those power plants are, we have more power plants in the south part of Nigeria than anywhere. The only 3 power plants that we have in the north are in Naija State. And those ones are hydro power plant. That's the one with water. We have the Kanji power plant, we have the Jeba, and we have the Shioro power plant. Those are the 3 in Niger State. The whole of northern Nigeria, which is also very strange, the whole of northern Nigeria, no power plant. You cannot continue to run a country where you cannot even distribute your power infrastructure equally in a way that you can stabilize the system. What it means is that from Benin or from Ibom Power or from Geregu or from Omotosho in Ondo State or from Olonishogo Power Plant in Ogun State or from Egbin or Afam or Egbin Power Plant in Ikorodu, you are sending power to Maiduguri, to the north, to Sokoto, to Bilinkebi. Once there's a problem along the line, everything will stop. That's another reason for system collapse. The last one is the shortage of gas. Most power plants in Nigeria rely on gas to fire their turbines. Gas is like the kind of petrol you have in your car. Which means if you have a brand new car in front of your house, just because the car is brand new does not mean that that car can move, because if there's no petrol,
it can't go anywhere.
Or diesel, if it's a diesel car, it cannot move. So apart from those 3 hydro power plants, which rely so much on water, when there's low water level, then those ones cannot produce to optimum. And in the case of gas, once there's no gas, you cannot touch the engine, you cannot fire the turbine, you cannot produce power. So that's one of the problems. But I can confirm, even though I did not speak for the federal government, but I can confirm that the federal government has been making huge effort to try and make gas available by getting all parties in this contract to sign a contract that will commit them to making sure that there is enough gas. And they are also trying to secure the pipeline, because even when there's gas, from Niger Delta to Ikorodu in Lagos State, where we have the largest power plant, the Egme Thermal Power Plant, once you cannot send gas through, then there's a problem. So security issue, which is to do with vandalism, issue of shortage, because the international oil companies that sell or own this gas, they also sell to the international community. There are payment issues. So people will sell their product only to those that will pay for it. And we have payment issues across the value chain. What I mean is that the producer of electricity, which are what we call generation companies, for them to generate, they have to also pay the gas suppliers, which means that they must get payment from the discos. And the discos have to get payment from the customers. So if the customers continue to steal energy, which they do so much, so common even in this environment where we are, if they continue to bypass their meter, they continue to do illegal connection, which as Nigerians we condone. Nigerians condone corruption. Nigerians love things free of charge. Nigerians don't like paying for utilities. Nigerians don't believe that you should even, when you have good roads,
that's Sunday.
Even told it. So these are the issues that we have.
We go come to that other part of Nigerians and the way that they manage their bills and all that. We'll come to that part, a very sensitive part. But before we go ask you that question, we get one report. When it be say we want to show, we want to direct our people. Make we go chook eye for this report. Then after the report, we'll come back to August Sunday again to come put more on the electrical grid collapse. We'll go look at.
Nigeria national electricity grid don collapse again for the 6th time this year 2022, leaving many cities including the federal capital Abuja for darkness. Electricity company bin make this announcement concerning the collapse in the 9th of June 12. The government bin blame the collapse on poor management and low gas supply. The Just Electricity Distribution PLC informed their customers through Facebook page on Sunday, 12 June, about the collapse for electricity supply. The Enugu Electricity Distribution Company PLC informed their esteemed customer about the collapse wey happen about 6:49 p.m. on Sunday, June 12. Eco Electricity Distribution Company come also inform their customers say dem regret to inform them of the system collapse for the national grid. The spokesperson wey be Emeka Nze talk say all the outgoing feeders bin dey out and this can affect supplies for customers wey dey Abia State, Anambra State, Ebonyi State, Enugu State and also Imo State. Him say dem bin dey on standby dey wait for further information on how to restore supply from the National Control Center wey be NCC. Say make we please bear with them as dem dey work with Transmission Company of Nigeria partners on resolution of power outage due to the grid collapse. Kaduna Distribution Company Abdulaziz Abdullahi him also chook mouth for this matter. Come talk say dem regret to inform their customers about the power outage wey dem dey experience from the state. Say na due to system collapse. Management of Abuja Electricity Distribution Company post am for Facebook say dem dey appeal for understanding as all stakeholders dey work hard to restore normal supply. But our concern be say na like this we go dey wetin be the solution?
All right, we dey here and we dey discuss this thing wey concern electricity. As it be so, yes, na the matter be that. The phone lines dey open and we get our oga wey dey with us for inside studio. In case you get questions, let us know the light situation in your area. You wey dey watch us, where you dey watch us from? And if you call us, tell us how the light situation be for your area. So people they talk say they know they see lights, at least even if they see light now once in a week, some people say once in 2 weeks. Some people say they know they see light at all. So call us. Tell us, make we know, make we ask Oga the questions where you want to ask him as well regarding the electricity situation and other things regarding that. And yes, we don't at least, it don't help us break down some of the problems. And this problem.
And the problem is long, then plenty too much.
But if you want to ask
Very, very long.
So if they talk about,
Now, we try to separate the Gencos and the Discos. We not say the Gencos that they generate, the discos that they distribute. Now, where this bottleneck really dey, because with the years story say the gencos that they generate enough. That's why we dey fit supply some of our neighboring countries. That's what with the year. What made you put clarity to this thing? Why did the TCM they're not they distribute enough, but when they see big bills.
I know the bills they come standard.
Thank you, Oga. Even the way you talk, we have a parent, mother and father, who have 3 children. But what you just done, you just mentioned 2 children. So number one, you have to first of all know what the problem and what the issues are. Because we cannot talk about solution unless we are sure of the problem. So first of all, you need to know the brothers in the electricity value chain. Who are the children? Who are the people in charge of this thing? Number one is the producer. We call them generation companies. Generation companies are mainly private companies, privatized, 2013.
Maybe the Gencos now.
Gencos, those are the ones that generate electricity. So just liken them to producers of the product. The next is what we call Transmission Company of Nigeria. Transmission. TCN. Those are the high tension cable. Those ones are the ones that wield the power. They carry that power from the person who produces it to the person that will distribute it. Now, again, we have spoken about the distributor, producer.
Producers,
Just imagine bread. The baker is the producer of bread. From that bakery, maybe in Ibadan, and they want to eat the bread in Lekki, there had to be a truck. Somebody will have to wheel it, carry the bread from the producer to those people that are going to eat the bread in Lekki, Lagos. So to get it from that producer to the retailer or distributor of that bread in Lekki, you you need either a trailer, a truck, or a pickup. If that truck had bad tires, if the Lagos-Badon expressway is bad, if that truck had bad brake, not well maintained, they will carry the bread from Badon. They may never get to Lagos in 2 days or in 6 hours.
Except
or
they
in
use
3 hours.
witchcraft.
So if the aircraft has no fuel, it cannot even take off from Badon. So we are saying that a bottleneck in that middle will destroy the effort of the person at the top and the one below, which is the discos. So people need to understand that. But this is not about just blaming or pushing it.
Yes.
If you ask me, the three of them get problem. Even their parents get problem. Who are the parents? The father is the Federal Ministry of Power. That's the father of the
These 3 children.
power
So.
sector.
The umbrella.
3 children. The mother is one woman called Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC. That is the regulator.
Okay.
Like the central bank is the mother of all commercial
All
banks.
Yes.
A NEC is the mother of the power sector. So the father will do policy, which is the federal government Ministry of Power. If they don't put in correct policy in place, there's nothing good for that mother to implement and get the discos or gencos or transmission to do.
Wow.
But even when they do all of
That's so
that,
complicated.
these parents that have these 3 children, they are supposed to nurture them, regulate them, monitor them, punish them. If your son is not doing well,
Yes.
there are ways you can punish
can-
your
yes.
child at home.
Put them together.
Now, in this case, the second born, which is the transmission, is still owned 100% by the federal government,
Wow.
like the old NEPA. So when people talk about privatization or talk about disco or genco, they should remember the one in the middle.
People don't know
If your son
Maybe
is not
the
doing
TCM.
well in school and the son is living with you, it is time for you to give that son up for adoption. Take the son to an hostel, a boarding house, where they can train the son and make the son okay.
Okay, so
for now, the
Oga,
federal
based
government
on-
put the baby under his wrap, treating a 60-year-old baby like a 6-year-old boy. That's what is going on. So the problem with the sector has to do with the 3. For us as discos, we are not efficient enough. Some of our staff are chiefs. So we are not 100%
Okay,
good.
so Oga, make we even face
So I'm
this
not going to
matter.
go and be talking about we
About
are
the
good,
other
others are
ones,
bad.
yes,
No.
yes.
I'm not here for naming, blaming, or claiming. I'm just saying that for Nigeria to move forward, for things to go well, the country needs to have electricity. You cannot industrialize without it. And to have electricity, everybody in the value chain must get their act right. And the major problem, again, are the Nigerian people themselves.
Okay,
The
so
consumers or customers, as you may like to call them. Because if people are bringing a product to me and I'm not ready to pay for the product, I'll just be making noise. Hey, no lie, no lie. But even the little one I have I paid? Those are the issues that we should all look at. 3 people are the problem in the power
Of the
sector.
problem.
Government,
Okay.
operators, we, Nigerians, all of us.
Okay, so Oga, you don't narrate so many things, especially when you also talk about the fact, say, gas now also part of the problem. And understanding, say, a country where gets gas in so much supply, in so much surplus that we they even waste them, they flare them, and they don't name out the problem of these 3 bodies, including their mama and their papa joined together. Is it safe to say then, say it be like say some kind sabotage they happen for inside somewhere, now it make some kind systems that no fit function well for the country?
I agree. I believe that we cannot say we don't know the solution. As a matter of fact, with due respect to our politicians, you don't need to go to India, Egypt, or Sierra Leone to study any power sector.
Okay, just hold on
know
small.
the
Make we just
solution
take
to
Peter
the
call.
process.
Peter, the
If
call.
like say we get
Just
caller.
hold small on your
Hello,
thoughts.
Peter, you
Peter,
dey
good
there?
morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Peter.
Welcome.
Good morning. I beg this matter when they talk Jinko and what do you call it when you don't bump.
Genco and
Genco,
Discos and TCN.
Where we dey for Delta State here. The light here, it dey suffer us. Like flag they stay for. Hello.
Yeah, go on,
hear
go on.
I dey listen to una this Jinko and what una dey call when you not bump pikin full every year. I don't tire for the matter. Where we dey for Delta State here, we know they get light. Who should be Jinko and Chakoliko, what did they call?
Which side for
Neither they
Delta State
explain
today?
Neither they explain give you so now. If you listen, if you don't
Okay,
understand
Peter.
the 3 now.
Okay, Peter.
We are there for we do here. Now once a week we dey get light. It's supposed to be
Once
like
a
that.
week. Okay.
No good now.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
All right,
say Jinko,
thank you.
this one, Jinko do this one, Jinko do
Thank
this
you
one.
very much, Peter.
Okay,
Okay,
so
Peter.
Oga,
Thank you very much,
considering
Peter.
wetin this Oga don't talk now, you know say you been talk say most Nigerians they don't like to pay for power, as in they thief
That's
power
correct.
and they disconnect. Now, how about people where be say, you feel say if Nigeria gets the light in good quality, they no go pay? Because some Nigerians, they talk, say estimated billing won't
They
kill
will
them.
not pay.
They get the light, but they no get, they know they see light, but they want them to continue to pay.
They
Maybe
will
we
not
take
pay.
Before you
Miriam
answer,
first, Oga.
Miriam, there on the line. Hello, Miriam.
Good morning, people of God.
Good
morning, Sister Miriam. Welcome.
Go ahead.
Oganepa, good morning.
Good morning, ma.
It's in Anepa.
Kòkòrò tó ń jẹ ẹ̀fọ́, nínú ẹ̀fọ́ ló wà.
God bless you, ma.
The paste that is eating vegetable is inside vegetable. You see in my estate here, we don't used to have light always. But our neighboring estates used to have light. Just a bus stop after my own bus stop, they used to have light. There is a place called Magodo in this Lagos. They used to have no less than 22 hours of light.
Yes.
What are those people doing wrong, right, that we are not doing? They said we should meter our estate. Almost every house in the estate here is metered. But still, we are still battling with the light issue. This is the same people you said they are supplying light outside this country. Then what is the basic thing that Nigerians are not doing right, that they are using to deny us right?
All right,
the
Miriam.
basic problem, Ministry of Power, and including your staff. If your staff are the one that used to come to the estate and bypass light for people. Me like this, I know Sabi climb NEPA pole. My husband knows Sabi climb NEPA pole. So now your people go.
right.
Now they need that punishment because they are the cause of our problem. No
All right.
estate here. You see this estate have light, the other one don't have light. If it's
All right.
like that, we'll keep protesting to them every time.
Okay, thank you very much, Miriam.
Thank you,
very much,
Miriam. Make we take Emeka
no,
sharply
take Emeka
before we
quickly,
come back to
before we come
Oga for studio.
Hello, Emeka. Emeka, we hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning, my people.
Oh, yeah, now.
morning,
Sharp,
Emeka,
sharp,
welcome.
Emeka.
Yeah. This NEPA issue, I don't think it can be solved though, because the people that bought this electricity, they don't know anything about electricity. They just come there just to make money. But the people, they bought it just because they see that there's money there. They want to come and collect money from people for not giving us the light. Some of them who bought it now, they don't know anything about electricity at all. They don't know about the electrical something at all. They just bought it and give it to their people.
All right,
Their
Emeka.
brothers and sisters.
All right.
Okay.
To
Thank you.
manage.
All right.
Thank you, Emeka.
Emeka, thank you for your consent. So, Oga, looking at the conversation with the madam talk, they talk about them doing everything right, but they still know they get the light. And if you say other places they get light.
Just a stone through
Yeah,
from
which
them.
kind of situation how if you
Thank
take
you very
explain
much.
that kind of situation?
I think I need to thank Madam
Miriam.
Miriam, yes.
And there are 2 points from what she said that I would need to address. I will address the issue of her estate not having
Not
light
having
and
and
the next
the
street
next one
have
has.
one. I will address it, but let me address the second one, where she said it's our staff.
They help them
Exactly.
with
Because we
the
even get a
parts.
message here. We talk saying on a staff, they
Ah,
sabotage
thank
the
you.
matter.
I like that. I like to know about that. But one thing I want to say, when we talk about bribery and corruption, it involves 2 parties.
The person
If
giving
my
and the
staff
person
offer
receiving.
to bypass your electricity, and you say hell no, and you all have Android phone, iPhone and phones, where you can even take the person's picture and send it to his office, we will stop it. What happens is that we have somebody who is willing to give and somebody who is willing to take.
Yes.
So when people blame one party, please let's blame both.
Yes.
You cannot have corruption in any country if there are not willing parties that are willing to corrupt the other one, or the other one is corrupt himself. That's one. So, Madam, I thank her because she said she and her husband, they don't do that kind of thing. If we have more people like that, the country will be better. That's one. Then talking about the issue of Magodo, we are happy, and we will be very happy to have more Magodos all over the country. The Magodo scenario is a special one. So Madam can encourage the people of our estate to go to Ikeja Electric, sit down with them, and tell them that you want that special arrangement. It's a kind of willing seller, willing buyer kind of situation, whereby people agree to take light, and the disco will buy specially from
For
the
them.
producers for them.
Okay.
So they pay a lot more than you
Than
and
the
I.
usual. Oh, okay.
So if people, and when you calculate what they pay, It's still cheaper for them than to be combining with the use of generator. Go
Okay.
to Magodo, you won't see generator.
Okay.
So we will be more than happy to have them. Not just Magodo, Ikeja GRA, Shonibara Estate. We have so many other places
That do this
all over the country that do
system.
this.
Okay.
It's a question of the estate coming together, approaching their local disco and say, please, we need special arrangement whereby you buy at premium for us. It's a premium service.
Premium
So
service.
if they're ready for that, why not? It's a
So
good
the
thing.
light
I would recommend that.
they wait when people come for premium service.
No. What I say premium service, in the little that we have, we're able to give to those who are willing to pay for it.
If
than
everybody
for me
come
to go
come
and
like
throw
that for
it
this
into
one
an
also,
area where
no collapse.
they will not pay.
for it.
Okay, so if more people come out for this paying now,
for this
you think
premium,
the
you know,
power
collapse.
one again go fit handle them.
If more
If more people come for the
more
premium
people
service.
come
We will
for the
handle
special
it. You
premium
know why?
arrangements.
Why?
We'll
Why?
be able to pay to the producer more. The producer can pay the gas supplier more.
Oh, so
And they will generate
It's
more.
a chain now.
funding that can.
It's a chain
Yeah,
reaction.
We don't
It's a value
understand
chain.
that. Now we
That
understand
is,
the
that
level.
is the, and for me, time maker, I think that's a common narrative,
Yeah.
and I think it's wrong to think like that. Nobody will put his money into a business that will not work. If they knew that it will not work, they would not have done that. If I were to be a rich man, I wouldn't have put my money in the Nigerian power sector. Fact. Knowing what I know. It's not.
So you feel say these
I don't
discos
envy
and
them.
gencos and they make too
They are
much
not
money.
making. They are not making money. They are not making profit.
Oh wow.
They are not working true all along, because when you buy for discos, you are buying electricity from the producers. So I know a disco that gets energy worth of 8 billion.
wow.
Their total collection is 5 billion. When you hear 5 billion, you say that's a lot of money. Yes, it's a lot, but it's still 3 billion
3
short
billion different.
every month.
And then you pay staff
and
and
that
other
pile
things.
up. So by the time you look at all of that,
Guy, if we leave you make you dey talk, you go talk, tire, because I don't say
Sunday
plenty
Oduntan
full your
makes
head.
sense.
So
You finish work.
You
Makes
finish
sense.
work.
And plenty things still they will for like to talk, but
Exactly.
time not go fit
No go
permit
fit
us
let
at
us.
all. Questions they plenty full ground. But now this little we fit just stick for today. I hope say we will get you another day again to
Sure.
come talk to us and all our people that already listen to us. Anyway, now for you go for break the shots come on from the studio. Make Frank Fago come tell us things where they share on top the world of business. So not go anywhere. We still there with you.